Hello, friends, both old and new. I'm John St. Baptiste, and this is Music Makes the People Come Together, where we share amazing and eclectic music with amazing and eclectic people like yourselves. This is this week's playlist, and I'm sure you notice a few differences if you're a regular follower of mine. I'm not in my study, I'm a little more informal than I normally am, and I need a shave like Bill Cosby needs a good lawyer. Reason being, we've had a bit of an ice patch storm here in Cincinnati, where I live, and the hotel that I work at is kind enough to put us up whenever something like this happens. So I am contacting you from my hotel room because I would love to shoot this at home, but I didn't get it taken care of as early as and ahead of time as I normally do, and I want to make sure that I'm consistent. And 4 o'clock every Monday, you get your playlist. So we're going to do things a little more informally today. That being said, thank you for stopping by, and we're going to share some great music. Now, the theme of the week is always defined by the track of the week, which came up Thursday, and that was Midnight Train to Memphis by Kid Rock. Great track that I really have always loved, and I hope you enjoyed it as well. If you'd like to see some curation about that, it'll be down in the video's description. Um, and as I said, that tells you about this week's theme. And this week's theme is a little complex and convoluted. Now, Thursday night is going to be Valentine's Day. Now, back in the day when I worked at a nightclub here in town as a DJ, every Valentine's Day we had what was called the Stupid Cupid Party. And you were discouraged from coming if you were in a couple. It was basically a singles party. You were supposed to celebrate the fact that you weren't with anybody, and it was always a whole lot of fun. And the music would all be based on that, and we even had the we I think we had a shot called the Heartbreaker or something. It was good times. But so, in honor of Valentine's Day, this is my Stupid Cupid mix. Because for those of you who by choice or by circumstance are not with somebody this year for Valentine's Day, you don't really need them. You have good music. So, moving straight on from the theme track for the week, we're going to go into this week's full track. And full is always a full concert, a full album, a full mix, or a full DJ set. And this week we are doing Blood on the Tracks Revisited. Now, this is really cool. Blood on the Tracks is, by some people, considered the ultimate breakup album. Bob Dylan wrote it back in '75. It's an awesome album. It was during the dissolution of his marriage with his wife, Sarah. In fact, in an interview, his son Jacob said, listening to this album is like listening to my parents talk. And a content creator named Sad-Eyed Lady of the Lowlands put together a mix of bootlegs for the entire album, save the track Meet Me in the Morning, which she could not find a recording of, and she also put some extra tracks on at the end. So I think this is really cool. This is the album that kind of revitalized Dylan's career, so it's definitely worth listening to, and this is all live bootleg tracks, so some awesome stuff. The cover that kicks ass for this week, for any of you people of a darker ilk in your music tastes, well, this is perfect. This is Hey Pete, Typo Negative. It is a cover of Jimi Hendrix's Hey Joe. Hey Pete is on the 1992 second album of Typo Negative called The Origin of Feces. And uh, Hey Pete, where are you going with that axe in your hand? Now, Hey Joe is where are you going with the gun in your hand? And it's kind of a just total extension of the whole thought going on there. It's about infidelity and one way to handle it. Not necessarily saying it's the best or most legal way, but some people do, and it's a kind of fun song to listen to if you're just really thinking about that. Moving on, Stick This Thing in the Socket. Now, this isn't directly an anti relationship song, but it's still a great one and could possibly and probably be applied to it. And this is Armin van Buuren, one of my favorite DJs, straight out of Holland. He's been ranked as one of the best DJs in the world so many times that it's freaking ridiculous. But this is blah, blah, blah. All we ever hear you do is yeah, 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 blah, 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 blah. It's great. I think you'll get the gist whenever you see it. And plus, this is the official music video, which is kind of cool because you get to see some live footage of him. And it's at a really sweet festival that I wish it could have been at. Armand van Buuren is on the very short list of artists who I wish I could have seen, technically had the opportunity to, and for one reason or another did not get to. And I regret that. 15 years later, I regret that. And he's still putting out some freaking amazing music. You need to check it out. I hope you enjoy that track. So we do our 6-week playlist, which is always thematic. Right now, what we're doing is industrial music. And this whole mix is called Caught in the Gears. Now, I went pretty obscure here because I've gone pretty well known for the past few weeks. And I went with a few Central European artists. First, I went with Mystagma, who I can't tell you very much about. I like their track, I like their music, but I couldn't even find a Wikipedia page or their own description that wasn't in German, even though they sing in English. They are from Germany, so um, this track's called "I Don't Need You." It really reminds me of Frontline Assembly and early KMFDM, but it's a sweet track. I hope you enjoy it. It's got a great sound to it, and I think you're gonna think it rocks. Next, we go to the band Agonize, and this is Bang Bang Goodbye. This is off their album Ultraviolent 6, which happens to be a reference to The Clockwork Orange. If you've ever read that or seen the film, I recommend doing both. Because while the film is very good, the book has a slightly different ending, and I honestly, parts of me think it's a lot better. But yeah, that album came out in 2006. It's got a lot of EBM influence, but I would still classify this as industrial. And I think you're going to really love it, whether you're a Rivet head or not. It's some great stuff. Now, that's the basic playlist for this week. Going to move to two bonuses. One, we're going to go totally in an opposite direction. And this is the best "Our Relationship Is Over and I'm Fine With It" track that I think has ever been written. And it's Keith Urban doing "You'll Think of Me." And this is live. It's a great live recording. It's a great track. And just the lyrics to this song are great. The music I love. And the meaning behind the whole song, the whole just bent, the whole thought, the emotional slant. And just something I have to say, a line that I love from this song. If I ever date anybody again, which I probably won't. I mean, the likelihood is less than the likelihood of a cat appearing on a rainbow in your front room. But if that were to happen, there's this line that says, "Take your cat and leave my sweater." No, my cat is my cat, and that's my lady. But oh my gosh, I have had so many partners who just take my big, black, comfy, ugly, beat up old sweater. You don't know how many of them have gone through. It's ridiculous. That and copies of Queen 2. And I don't understand why. I guess they want like my favorite album, even though like everyone who's ever stolen a copy of Queen 2 says that they hate the album and hate Queen. And I just don't get it. But yes, leave my sweater, please. Please leave my sweater. But no, this is a great live track. I hope you really enjoy it. And I had to throw in an extra bonus track because, this is a kind of funny playlist, or at least a funny theme. And this is a great way to end it. And this is the Vandals doing My Girlfriend's Dead. It's a hilarious song. It's all about this guy whose girlfriend dumped him, and he can't tell anybody that that's what happened. So instead he makes up this story that she's dead. And A, the song's funny. B, the video's freaking hilarious. Just watch it. I hope you enjoy it. So trivia for last week. The question was, name 5 members of Marilyn Manson besides Marilyn Manson. And the bonus is, where did the initial idea of every person in that band, including Marilyn Manson himself, come from? I'll answer the second one first. Actually, they were both answered by Amy True, who I kind of had a feeling might know this one. But the answer to the second question is that initially every member of the band picked a female icon and a serial killer. And they kind of got away from that, but that was an initial thing there for Marilyn Manson. Also, the 5 who she listed were Twiggy Ramirez, Daisy Berkowitz. Oh, do some research here, kids. You can find some very disturbing stuff. Ginger Fish, Tim Skold, and John Five, who, as I said, they kind of got away from that. The other 2 that I can think of off the top of my head are Zim and Madonna Wayne Gacy. But anyway, Amy, you get 2 bonus tracks this week, and you also get 2 smooches. So, bonus tracks will be out, or prize tracks rather, I guess is the way I should say it. And that's going to be taken care of soon. Trivia question for this week. Jimi Hendrix performed Hey Joe, which Hey Pete is based on. Who wrote that song? If you can answer that, you'll get a smooch. You'll also get a bonus track for this week. Your own special prize track. It'll be on the prizes list, but it'll be your own and special, and you'll be mentioned and so forth. So, I'm going to let you go ahead and enjoy this music. If you want to, you can find the playlist right there in the description down below. Also, while you're down below, please hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when I put stuff up, and if you think somebody would like this, share it with them. I'm going to go ahead and make some shout outs to some people who are just awesome content creators who say nice things about me, and I'm going to say nice things back. We're going to go AU Pack Mule, Indie Geek, Lauren's Corner, Entertainment Hacker, and of course, my partner in crime, the other half of the Cylon Johns, Johnny Be Crazy. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoy the music. I hope you enjoy seeing me a little dressed down, because this is what I wear to work. So I'll let you go, and in the meantime, if you would please be so kind, PLUR, be excellent to one another, and party on. Happy Valentine's Day.